ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. So we were seeing the Adhyasa Bhashya, that is Shankaracharya's introduction to his commentary on the Brahma Sutras. We were seeing that. Now we were seeing how first we saw he told us that there is an opposition to the very concept that there is superimposition. Second, he said that but superimposition is there. He negated the opposition. He quashed the talk of opposition and said that superimposition is there. Then he defined superimposition, and now one by one he is trying to say that even other philosophies with which he does not agree have superimposition. Now here I think we have to do some kind of rethinking. What is the rethinking we need to do? We are now studying Brahma Sutras, which I prefer to call as God formulas for the sake of understanding. Brahma can be loosely translated as God, that is the ultimate principle, and Sutra can be loosely translated as formulas, whereas the real meaning is aphorisms, but we can loosely say that they are formulas. So God formulas we are studying. What is the purpose of study of God formulas? What is the purpose of studying Brahma Sutras? Are we to become scholars? Now this becoming scholar also, how is it going to help us in our life? Because most of you are already scholars, means you have studied and you are in a, both of you, or you are in a profession, you are in a vocation, and you already have some kind of accomplishment in your field, whatever you have chosen. So now how does, in your busy life, how does studying Brahma Sutra give you any help? How does it matter whether you study Brahma Sutra or you don't study Brahma Sutra? How does it all matter? What does it matter? Yes.
Yeah, so basically, we live in a society. So all the Upanishads and Vedas say that we are one with everybody. Like the soul in us is equal to the soul of everybody. But while reading, we understand it. While practicing, like if somebody comes and raises his voice, we get angry also. So that feeling of oneness, like in practice, uh, is not very like seamless. So the study of Brahma Sutra will actually strengthen the knowledge of oneness, and then like the interactions will be much better, and we can also live harmoniously and help others.
So the knowledge of oneness, that you are one with the ultimate reality or God, etc., which has been told over and again in all the Upanishads, will be established, will be made more firm and firmer. This understanding will become firmer and firmer. So that is why we are reading Brahma Sutra. Very good. But then we can read just the Brahma Sutra and the meaning. Why should we read the commentary of Shankaracharya? Why should we go through all these polemical exercises? We can just take the gist and understand the gist. That could be a question. Why are we reading this Adhyasa Bhashya? Why are we seeing Shankaracharya quashing other philosophical schools? What does it matter? How is it connected to our daily lives? That question could come. So what could be the answer? What do you think is the answer?
Yes. So basically, we don't know what situations we will encounter in future. So maybe based on our current understanding and current situation, we know okay how to deal with it. But maybe we fall into a situation which we are not aware of, and maybe if our understanding is not very clear, in that situation we might, you know, fumble with this oneness
So
concept.
it's
So
like
if
a
we
knowledge base, or it's a kind of a super database where you have
Yes.
analysis of different kinds of situations, and then you now analyze it. So now may not be, it may not be that I actually am coming face to face with some such situation. But when I will, then I would have already this knowledge to
Yes.
deal with that situation. That is one thing. But the most important thing
Yes.
with the Adhyasa Bhashya is that we have had already so much of snake and rope. You see, or we have had so much of mirage and water, or we have had so much of shell and silver. But the problem is that we forget. The problem with this universe, the problem with the manifold, is that we forget that there is the one. The problem is that though we listen to this again and again, we forget that this is an illusion. So the problem begins because of our forgetting that this is an illusion. And so Shankaracharya's telling that this is an illusion, so it is very important to understand. Adhyasa is important because we need to, you see, that's how he comes. Now he is saying that even other philosophical schools believe in Adhyasa. So our understanding of Adhyasa will improve only when we acknowledge Adhyasa. Only when we acknowledge that there is superimposition. And so to that end, we have to carefully understand why it is superimposition. Why is it that this is illusion? Because for us, it is a given. It is something which is granted. We never question this world because that is what we deal in. That is where we live. That is our whole existence. We have no other thoughts about this world. Never have we ever questioned the existence of this world, not from our birth. It has been always been a given. It has been taken for granted. Nobody said, oh, look, this world is unreal. No, we are not taught that. We might have heard that, but in practice, we have never come across face to face that kind of a scenario. So that is why, because superimposition is so very contradictory to what we do in our day-to-day lives, that is why Shankaracharya's analysis of superimposition or his commentary is necessary. And his commentary is also necessary because we would not be able to understand the inner meaning of Brahma Sutras but for the commentary of a person like Shankaracharya. So that we will understand as we go on further and further. Another thing which we need to think about is that, you see, we are talking about Vijnanavadins. Like now in Buddhist philosophy, we are talking about Vijnanavadins. Who are these Vijnanavadins? I have met doctors, I have met engineers, I have met chartered accountants maybe, I have met so many kinds of people, but nobody came to me and said, hello, how are you? I am a Vijnanavadin. Or nobody came to me and said, I am a Nayayika. Or nobody came to me and said, oh, I am a Sautantrika, or I am a Vaisheshika, or I am a Mimamsaka. Nobody said these things. That means, where are these people? The point is, maybe these traditions are all lost. That may be a natural, obvious question which would come to one's mind. That why are we talking about these schools of philosophy which may not be existing at all? But the news is that no, all of them are existing. Only thing, not by those names. For example, Charvaka, nobody will come and tell you now that I am a Charvaka. But most of us are Charvakas. We will say, why bother about the hereafter? Why bother about the Atman and all that? Just eat, enjoy, make merry. And the original shloka was, Rinam Kritva Ghritam Pibet. Drink ghee, that means you put ghee in all delicacies, so, and you drink it incurring debt. Now it is Rinam Kritva, you get everything from car to flat to everything on EMI. Okay. And then you have this credit card and all that. So you do that. Rinam Kritva, you Sukham Jivet, Yavat Jivet, Sukham Jivet, Rinam Kritva, Gratam Pibet, Basmi Bhutasya Dehasya, Punaragamanam Kutah. So this is the philosophy of Charvaka. Now Charvakas are not there in that name. But this is definitely the philosophy of so many people who want to live in the moment. I don't bother about what will happen in the future. I just want to live in the present, etc. And they think that it's a Buddhist philosophy, make all kinds of confusion of that. And that, why? Because they belong to Charvaka. Then there are some other people who are worse than that. They say that this is itself spirituality. This itself is spirituality. So there are different kinds of people with different kinds of belief systems about their life, and they lived even today. Now, why are we studying these different philosophies? Because they may not be living by that name, they may not be going by that name, but they there are people very much who believe in these types of things, or who hold on to such thinking. For example, Mimamsakas. What was the philosophy of Mimamsakas? That you keep on doing rituals, and those rituals will have a adrishta. That means that will be a merit, like in a invisible bank account. There will be some merit which will be deposited. Now we do see people who are always doing some kind of ritual, something they are always doing that. Some upasana, some vrata, some this thing they are doing. Aaj upvas hai, kal upvas hai. They are going to that temple, this temple. So these people are there. They do exist. Then there are Naiyayikas who constantly keep on, doing logical thinking they do. That, did I ever tell you the story of this oil person? Huh. No, I didn't not. So that there is oil, people who take oil, make oil. They are called in Bengali kolu. So I told you, I think, this story.
Yes, you said. You
So
said.
yeah. So that is this. There was this person who used to grind oil, and then a logician, a Nayayika, went to get oil from him, and he heard the sound of a bell, and he said, "From where is this coming?" And then that oil person said that it is coming from the bull, which is pulling the wheel, and so I know that the bull is moving. So the logician said, "But is it not possible that the bull will stand in one place and just shake its head and fool you?" So he said, "No, it's not possible because it has not studied Nyaya." So only you have studied Nyaya, so only you can do that. So this kind of, you see, people are there even now who will unnecessarily go into logical thinking. No, Nyaya philosophy is not bad. I mean, lot of the tools for analyzing the Vedas, which Vedanta uses, has been given to us by Nyaya. Most of the tools for understanding the meaning of Vedic sentences, called hermeneutics, has been handed over to us by Mimamsakas. So they are not in vain, or their work is not futile. But what I am saying is, these philosophies or these thought processes do exist even now. So we have to see that, and we have to connect that with what we are studying in the commentary. So it's not that it is completely irrelevant. We are just going into some kind of intellectual gymnastics, etc. It is not that. Okay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.